Let's explain women's nature in 20 seconds. It is important to point out the problems and also the solution. Here in my page, Awaken page, I point out the problem and I give solution to it. All right. So now, by natural default, naturally, women they don't like too much sense of responsibility, both in the family. They don't like to contribute their money. They don't like to spend their money. They only spend when they don't feel burdened, when they feel like they are contributing. Now, they don't like all these things, you know already. So how do you tackle these things? You are a married man. Instead of telling her, bring money for this, how do we do your, bring down your salary? Instead of that, first thing you say, babe, make her feel like she's one mighty first bank manager. She's good at this thing and good at that. But you know what you're doing now. Instead of saying or trying to command her, why don't you say, babe, you know you're really good at managing money. How do we save up? Build this our ecosystem, expand, save up, open this business. When you say our, how do you are dragging her in without any kind of command? By saying, babe, how do we expand our eco? It is not our. She will feel relaxed. She feel like she's the one in charge. She's the one contributing. Secondly, instead of saying, babe, can you give me money for these things? You could say, babe, our rent, for example, our rent is due, school fees is due. How do we come up with this money? How do we solve this problem? She will be like, okay, we do it like this. You say one or two things before you know, you have dragged her into that problem without being over commanding. They don't like that. They don't like that over. Though you on aspect you need to use it as a man, but in many cases they don't like that command. So you drag her in without command. She will feel relaxed. She'll be like she's the one contributing. And thirdly, let's say the children need some things. I don't know anything. Your family. You could say, babe, our kids need, honey, our kids need this thing. How do we get this thing? How do we get this for them? How do we do this? And the money in my hand now is not up to that. I don't know. What do you think? She'll be like, okay, how much do you have? Okay, maybe the thing is 1,000 something, and you could say, I have 700. I don't know. You'll be like, okay, no problem, bring it. I can complete the money. Indirectly, she has contributed without feeling burdened, without feeling command. Instead of you saying, babe, can you give me $300 to complete this money? No, but we say, babe, I have only this 700. I needed 300 to complete it 1,000. How do we do this thing? How do we do this thing? And she will contribute without feeling too much sense of responsibility or burden or being command. They don't like it. So I hope this helped you out, and decode it and a way to make her feel relaxed, spend without feeling burdened or bothered or commanded. All right. So as I always said, don't forget to stay awakened. Please follow me, like, subscribe, anywhere you see this.